Okay, here we go. We're live again, and we are on competition number 3. We had 2 great competitions last night at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and now we're ready for competition 3. So we've got a great lineup of people again, and we're going to bring in our guest who's going to run through the details of who we've got tonight. So let's bring in Shahina. Hey, Shahina, how are you again?
I'm good. I'm so excited about today. After yesterday's success, I'm so happy to be here again today.
Well, thanks very much for joining us. I think your insight for what we had last night was valuable for the guys because it really gives us that sort of inside knowledge as to what they're facing.
Absolutely. Stephen, before we start, I have a question for you.
Oh.
You ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
Right. How do you feel? Yesterday's was such a success. There was people all around the world watching you. I had people messaging me saying they really enjoyed the contest. How do you feel to be the pioneer of online cheerleading competitions and now a tournament, no less? How do you feel? That's pretty good.
I love it. I love it. I love doing stuff that is not being done before. Seeing the people competing, putting it all together, seeing an eventual winner come out of it, and just having fun. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for any sort of personal gratification. I mean, not me eating pods here. The other guys are, they're the one that's doing the hard part. All I'm doing is really just talking them through it. But I'm just hoping it can be a success. We can get like a proper good champion and take it forward.
It's brilliant. And the hard work that's gone, that people may not realize behind the scenes, all the ordering of the different peppers, and you get them in, and then you have to sort of box them all individually. You have to be so careful. It's an intricate process, and a lot of people may not realize that, getting the pods to everybody in the UK, all fresh, and you have to sort of provide spares and all sorts of other things that you have to take into account. It's pretty cool. You have worked so hard for this to go through, and I just wanted to say thank you, Stephen, for giving us this entertainment, because last night on Saturday, it was great Saturday entertainment for all of us. So thank you.
Very kind of you. Thank you. I mean, it's not been without its problems. We had problems with getting the pods. We had people dropping out, had to find replacements. People do different media platforms. Some people only do Instagram, some only Facebook. So there's been loads of challenges, but I think at the end of the day, we've got 20 people who really want to do it, and there's not the pressure there to have to go all the way and finish the speed. It's just people who want to take part. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's going super well.
Well, I think everybody's been looking forward to this, and people taking part, they're really into it. Their heart and mind is into it. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Stephen.
That's very kind. What did you think of last night's Neil taking down Lee Alton, Neil Childs? He was the second favourite after Lee. What did you think?
That was a hard one to call, because Lee Alton, I know how far he can go. He can really push himself, and he's great with endurance. I think it was the speed bit that got him, because he's not used to doing speed rounds that much. And if I sort of say, he does do quite a Brighton Chili Festival like competitions, and they don't do speed rounds. So I don't think he was accustomed to the fact that you do really have to munch it down as quickly as possible, which is why backstage today I did advise the guys that, just throw everything out of your mind. Just if it does come to the speed round, you have to just think, just solo as quick as you can. Don't think about like munching, enjoying the chili, nothing. You have to just do it, and that's what speed round's about, is to eliminate and you get the winner out of that. But I think Lee just didn't realize, and it's one of those, it was his first speed sort of round ever, so it's a little bit you have to get used to it, and so you must know what to do.
I mean, I know that there's a couple of speed challenges out there. Nuke in particular has got a challenge and a beans challenge, which is basically eat something with hot sauce as quick as possible. And I know that a few of the guys who were involved tonight are really good at these challenges. But the difference is, when you face the speed round in a chili eating competition, you've just eaten 10 pods and your mouth is on fire. So what's the difference between doing speed before, well, with and without eating 10 pods before? What's the difference with a hot mouth?
You know what? That is such a superb question, Stephen, because a lot of people dismiss. I mean, my personal experience, 76 competition wins, and a lot of people dismiss when I win at speed rounds. And I say to them, well, you know, when you've had to go through 10 to 12 rounds, and sometimes I've even had 15 rounds of endurance, and then after that, about an hour of eating chilies with wait in between, then to do a speed round with multiple chilies is incredible. I don't think a lot of people could manage that. Yeah, I could do a speed round like from the word go. If you did me a speed round, first round, of course, people would do well. But to go through an hour of burning, dying, just like absolutely wishing you were dead, then to go through a speed round is something else. So you have the endurance part going through your competitions and most others. You have the endurance part where you're going from maybe round 1 to 10, doing endurance, and then you have the speed at the end. It's completely different from doing speed like just on its own. So when people are dismissive because you win on a speed round in a cheerleading competition, I don't think they know because they've never experienced anything like it.
I mean, I really can't see how else you can end these type of competitions because, you know, I'm sure if we kept going with Reapers last night and we did rounds 11, 13, 12, 13, and we kept going and kept going, I think Lee Alton could have done another 10 Reapers or something like that. And I think Neil Charles was almost, he looked a little bit almost on the edge from the endurance, you know, so it was probably good for him to switch for the speed. But I think to keep it in this sort of half an hour format of endurance then speed, I think it's the perfect way to end it. Can you even think of any other way to do it?
No, it's a great format, and I actually did feel like Neil, if he had to go through several further rounds, he would have. I feel like he would have thrown up, and Lee could have continued. So if Lee had a further few rounds, just normal rounds, I think he would have won. But you know, the problem is, like, you do have the time issue when you're at festivals, not just the online thing. When you're at chili festivals and all sorts of things, you have a timed slot on the stage, so you cannot just go on forever and ever. And a Reaper off, where I had the privilege when I was in Portsmouth at Coxon's against Lee Alton. Time was our friend. You know, there was no sort of like limit that you have to finish by a certain time. So yes, the host could go on and on and on. So many multiple rounds, and then at the end we had a Reaper off. But you can't do that at festivals because there are so many things. There's music playing, there's all sorts of things lined up in the timetable. So the only fair way to do it is to say how you do it: 10 rounds of chilies, and then you have a speed round. But people just have to get accustomed to the fact that when you do chili eating competitions, you have to think of endurance as well as speed.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right, should we take a look at what we've got tonight for 6 o'clock?
I'm so excited.
Okay, right. So for this group, we have, now it says number 1 is Kaylee Smith, and in actual fact, this is almost like the seat of doom. This seat is cursed. For at least 5 or 6 days, we couldn't find a 20th person. And then we found Scott Jordan. Then Scott Jordan dropped out. Then we found Kaylee, and then Kaylee's had to drop out. And very, very kindly, Phil Blake, who is part of Nuke in the background sometimes, has offered to step in. Now, Phil Blake is not somebody who puts himself forward for too many challenges. I've known him a couple of times to just step out of the shadows, and he did the chug. I'm not sure, I can't remember what else he's done, but he's a last-minute entry. He could be a dark horse. What do you know about Phil Blake?
I know him really well. I've met him in person at Kynan Burner. And, you know, I think he sort of doesn't give himself enough credit. I honestly believe he can go quite far, but he's a little bit reluctant to sort of admit that or even like tell anybody that. I think he can push himself in a competition environment. I think he can do really well. I mean, the way he did the challenge, there was a few other challenges I've seen him do, and he doesn't really like get that bothered. I mean, he suffers, but he has that mindset So I think today he might surprise us all. And I'm actually so happy that he managed to get him in as a replacement. I mean, this is like a prize sort of competition. That's great.
It is so cool, and he's done brilliantly stepping in. I think, like I said, I think he could possibly be the dark horse here.
Absolutely.
Okay, Andrew Hurd, our Welsh contender for the day. He did one of the chili eating competitions last year. Do you know much about Andrew?
I've watched Andrew quite a few times on the Facebook page, doing so many different challenges. He's so into it. He's passionate about it, and that's where my love lies. Like when people are passionate about the chili community, doing the challenges, and so there's nothing but love for the guy. And I'm so happy he is in this competition today. I would love to watch him. I can't wait actually in a few minutes to see him do this live.
Cool. Okay. Next we have Paul Jones, and I know that Paul G is he good with the heat. He's also very, very fast. At the last festival, he went on with Jem, and he did some sort of, and Rick Saunders, and they did a pizza challenge, and I think he took down a whole pizza in about something like a minute and a half. Do you know much about Paul Jones?
Well, I think Paul Jones is like absolutely quite sort of famous and well known for his tolerance. So I think today is going to be very interesting to see him compete in an actual pod eating challenge, because you know people do so well in normal challenges like other challenges, but when it comes to fresh pod eating, it's a different ball game. So I'd love to see him in this competition today, because I honestly believe that he can do really well. But a lot of people who can do normal challenges do come back and say, actually, it's nothing like fresh pod eating, because you're sat there for about half an hour eating chilies and the burns building up. So you just don't know how you're going to fare. So I'll be so happy now, excited pretty much to see him compete today, see how he fares.
Cool. Okay. Then we come to James Nixon. So I think we both know James. I think everybody knows James Nixon, don't they? Is there anybody in the world who doesn't know James Nixon by now? Now, we saw him do the chug, the 10 chug, and he got about halfway. He did the spoonfuls of terror, and had a bit of a problem in the first round. But James Nixon is pretty formidable, isn't he?
Absolutely, he's formidable. He's a man close to my heart. He's just so sweet. He's got the nicest soul. He's so friendly. He's so loving. He loves the chili community. He does all these challenges, and he does incredibly well. And I think something went wrong is one of those things, you know, it does happen when you do the 10 with terror challenge. You know, I always say this. It's not the best sort of judge of who's the best chili eating champion, whatever. On the day, things can happen, you know. Like he said, he started choking on like a couple of nuts and things, and it was a bad reaction. So things do happen on the day. So there is a bit of a thing with luck and everything. But I honestly believe this guy is really, really strong. When he puts his mind to it, he can do whatever he likes. And so tonight is going to be a very interesting competition with James Nixon in it.
I know that James Nixon likes to challenge the producers to see if they can actually make something that's hot enough to really push him. And quite often people will send him stuff with extract in, and he seems that extract doesn't even affect him. But he said that fresh pods are the complete opposite. They really get him, especially, you know, the floral and the hot and the bitter ones. So this is going to be, I think, quite a challenge for him, don't you think?
Well, Stephen, this is the thing. A lot of people who think they can do challenges, they can down pinches of like God knows how many Scoville units, they all think they have this amazing tolerance, but they can't ever sort of be in the situation where you're doing competitions, you're doing fresh pods, you're sitting there, the rounds builds up, the pressure builds up. I mean, this is an online chili eating competition. There's people watching you online, which is pressure enough. But if you're in a live chili eating competition, that's crazy. When you have like hundreds of people in front of you watching you do it, it's a completely different ball game from doing something really hot in the comfort of your own home, and you know, you do really well. I mean, I think Adele sort of commented this on Nuke yesterday, saying how doing chili competitions live in a place, in a competition center, is so much worse than doing it online. So, you know, nothing compares to that. So I agree with her completely. There's so many other pressures, other things that come into the equation when you're doing it in a festival and when you're doing it at home. So a lot of people who may sort of play it down, saying, oh, you know, I can eat this, but that person can't. They have no idea what they're talking about until you come against a live audience in a festival.
Well, James Nixon's the people, well, not just the people, but he's the favourite for this by quite a way. So let's see how well he does. So lastly, we have Billy Mcblane. Now, you can tell us about Billy Mcblane because you know him and you introduced him to the group, didn't you?
I did indeed. I mean, Billy Mcblane is the sweetest guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him at like Chili Bob's last year, and that was the day I actually met Edda and Billy, and these two people like are really like close to my heart. I really just like love them. I admire them, and you know, I just respect them so much as chili eaters. And Billy's like the funniest story ever. We were at Chili Bob's and he was like, we obviously did the competition after, and then he messaged me and he said, you know, Shahina, I had never taken part in a chili eating competition. I knew nothing about it. And so the day before going into the competition, I Googled chili eating competitions and you came up. So I watched loads, like all your different contests. And then I couldn't believe it when I was going up on Chili Bob's. You walked up on the stage. I was like, oh my God, that is the UK chili queen. And he was so gracious. He still went up and he came so close to, you know, like he was just so close to him, like it was crazy good. And the guy just had nothing but respect. He was not bitter. I'd won a few, you know, like he was just so nice. And after that, I just had nothing but love for him. And I wanted to involve him in the chili community. So I told him about the new group, and she did like this competition which he won with the Cube of Carrot. And she did it so well. And he's just so into it. And you know, this year, if things had gone to sort of like plan, there would have been loads of competitions and he would have been taking part in them. He's great. I love him to bits.
Well, it's good that we can all see him tonight so that, because otherwise we'd have to wait and see how well he did at a festival, didn't we? So it's great to see some of these people that we wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, right. So thank you very much for your insight. Really appreciate it. I will see you again just at 8 o'clock for the last round. And yeah, I'll put you in the lobby. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen. Good luck to everybody. Take care.
Okay, there we go. So that was Shahina. Let's bring everybody in. So first of all, we've got Phil Blake. And we have Andrew Herbert. And we have Jones. We have James Nixon. Okay. Right, so I might have to mute some people here just so that we don't get any feedback. Bill, I'm going to mute you. There we go. And Andrew's muted as well. So we'll just...
All right, Dafties.
Hey.
Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, you too, mate.
Good luck.
Okay, so we're just, Andrew, we can't see you. So if you can just check your connection or your phone or whatever and go out and come back in and just so we can try and get you back in. Phil and Paul, it's up to you, but if you got a landscape on your phone, we can see more of you. Are you or have you set your phone up in a position where you're all ready to go?
It's all set up on charge, mate, so can't really move it.
No problem at all. No problem. Right, I'll remove Andrew again. And then we'll see if we can bring him back in. Okay. I think he's got a different device. Let's try this one. No? Okay. All right. We'll give him a little bit of time to sort himself out. If you could, in the meantime, guys, just to quickly run through the rules. So there's no drinking any liquids. We've got 10 rounds of chili, starting from mild and moving all the way up to hot. Then we have a speed round with 6 chilies, and it will be the first person to finish all 6 chilies in the speed round will win. So I think you probably saw the competitions last night, so you should have a decent idea of how it all goes. If you could get bag 1 out for me now. And in bag 1, we have the first 3 rounds. So the first round is the jalapeno, and that is the big red chili. That's it, bag one. So I just want to give Andrew as much time as we can here to get himself sorted. I don't want to sort of kick off too soon, so let's give him a sec. I think he's sending me a message. Let me see. Okay. Try one more time. Okay. Right, so everybody's chili's in good condition?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, all good. Okay, I'll just try one more time. Really don't want to lose Andrew if we can help it. So I just want to give him as much possible time. He seems to have 2 connections here. What a nightmare if you're all ready, you've got your chilies, you mentally prepared everything, and then it's your phone that stops you going in, or your camera, or whatever. You know, that's a bit of a nightmare for him.
That'd bust man up. I think I'd be swearing and punching shit.
I've seen a couple of challenges where people do things like Moabs, and it gets to like the time at the end, and their phone runs out of battery or something like that.
Well, that was when Bun and Bob done his second and third chugs. The second time it was my Wi-Fi that ruined him, and he passed the full bottle that time, man. I was so gutted. I was more angry for him than what he was, man, because it was my Wi-Fi. I was raging, man. I was, because the first time we done it, he smashed the first half, but then the second half got him.
Yeah.
And then he went away again, prepped himself, came back, and then he done the 2 shots, man. And it was my Wi-Fi that buggered it, and he only got half the thingy, and I was like, oh, man.
He took it well, though, didn't he?
Aye. And then, again, the third one, he done it over his own house. He smashed the first half, and the second half again, and he done it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I think there was the one with Ahmed as well, where Ahmed was doing a Moab, and his phone cut out or something. And you could hear him raging in the background about the phone, but there's nothing you can do, is there?
No, that's it. And especially when, well, after that, it's always, we say, do the backup in it. Do you know what I mean? But, aye.
Andrew, are you there? We seem to be getting closer.
Come on, fix your Wi-Fi, you wee sheep. Yep.
No good.
Oh man, I'd be raging.
This is difficult, you know. How long do we leave it for him?
Give him another 5 minutes. And if you can hear us, go and reset your Wi-Fi. Don't want to spend all this money and not be able to take part. Go and reset your Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah. So everyone's in. Yeah, I've brought him in. Technical problems, what can you do? I want to give him enough time to sort it, but we obviously have to, at some point in time, start. So I've said I'll give him 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
He's got another connection there. Let me see if we can get that out. What have you guys done as preparation for this? I know I've mentioned it before, but have you had anything like milk or rice pudding or beers, or how have you lined your stomach? What's the plan behind it here?
I had chicken and mashed potatoes, ice cream.
So, James, you had, what was it again? Say again.
I had chicken and mashed potatoes with some gravy and then ice cream.
Is that a strategy of yours, or just playing it by ear?
No, mashed potatoes is really good because it's got the milk and the butter. It's carb and all, so it's good. It's one of my favourites. I don't really normally tell you so, but I'll tell you now.
The secrets.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. It helps.
And Billy, what did you say is your prep?
I had 2 beers and then some milk.
Right, so you're spewing at your nose.
Liquid prep.
I'm probably the other end later on.
Paul, what was your prep?
Just a pot noodle about 20 minutes ago.
A hot one or a vegetable or a beef?
Just a chicken and mushroom, just standard.
Yeah. And let's unmute Phil. Phil, what was your prep?
I think we decided jam sandwich.
Jam sandwich.
Jam sandwich all the way.
I know that a lot of people don't like eating too much food beforehand because they think it sort of bloats them all out.
Yeah, just one slice of bread, just ladened with jam. That was it.
Man. Right, it's not looking like he's going to be joining us. I've given him the 2 minutes. I really don't want to start without him, but there's only so long we can wait, really. One more sec.
Fade away.
It says device not connected.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I think we're just going to have to start without him, I'm afraid. There's only, we can only sort of wait so long. We've already given him sort of 10 minutes or whatever. So, okay, everybody got their jalapenos together. And is everybody, Phil, I've had to put you on mute just because of the feedback. So I know you can hear me. If I have to sort of say anything to you, you're just going to give me the thumbs up, yeah? I'm not going to let the feedback stop us. Right, everybody. So for the first time today, for round one, you've got your jalapenos. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies.
Oh, they're good. They're bursting with flavour.
They're meant to be beautiful chilies.
Wow, yeah, they're amazing. No.
A lot of people make chili jam out of jalapenos because you've got that lovely fruity flavour to them, but it's not too hot. Also, the poppers. I don't know if anybody's done the poppers where you fill them with cream cheese, wrap them around with bacon. They're also very good. Nice one. Paul's got the stalk there all done. If you guys can show me your stalks, yeah. Phil Blake's got stalk. Billy's got stalk. James, you got stalk? Still going. Going to do well at that speed round, mate, aren't you, when you get there? If you get there.
I'm going to make them suffer through every single pod.
Here we go. This is it. He's going to draw it out, guys.
I'm going to draw it out, let you burn before we move on to the next ones.
Good.
The only way to negate speed is let them burn.
Yeah, tactics. I like it. Yeah, I like it.
It's the only way to do it, mate.
Only problem is that's the only real big chili there is.
Oh. That can still nibble away a Reaper, let it settle. And a chocolate scorpion. They will smash it and then be like, oh my god.
Oh, there we go. Pressure got to him. He finished it off. Well done, mate. Right, so that is round one. That's the jalapeno. That was 2,000 to 5,000 Scoville heat units. And now we can move on to round two, which is the bird's eye. So you should have 2 of these. These are quite often used in Thai cooking. You get a bit of a different sort of capsaicin here because it's more of a sharp heat that hits you straight away. But some of the guys last night were saying that they're quite floral, these, which is quite strange for bird's eye. So we've got a heat of 50 to 100,000 Scoville. Right, now, we have a choice with Andrew Hurd. James, you are still eating the jalapeno.
Yeah?
Don't swallow it. Don't swallow it, right? we have a choice here because we're on the first chili of the first round. Yeah, don't swallow it. Tell me you've still got bits in your mouth. Don't swallow.
It's gone. Oh, Andy, sorry.
Do you want to allow Andrew to be, because we're still on round 1? How do you guys feel about letting Andrew in?
Definitely.
Oh, let him in. Let him in.
All right, Andrew, get that jalapeno down you quickly. Can you hear me? Get it down you. Everyone else has had it. Quick as you can. Now, I must say, if we were on to sort of round 2, round 3, round 4, there's no way that we could let him in. Okay, and it's only with all of you guys agreeing to it that, because we are technically still on round 1. I'll put it back on the ticker. We're still on round 1.
I totally agree. Let him in. He paid.
Yeah. Everyone's fine with that, yeah?
Yeah.
I would definitely say no. Like I say, if we were on round 3 or 4 or whatever, but you know, I don't want to exclude him. We are on the jalapeno. It is very mild, and it's not like we've got to any of the sort of challenge chilies yet.
Exactly.
So
I agree.
Andrew.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
We're going to go through all this, and he's going to drop back out, isn't he?
You'll come on at the end of every single round. That's why I'll just nurse every single pod.
Is everybody else seeing that great picture of Andrew there? Just still.
Come on, get your wheelies on your seat, you dafty.
Andrew, you still there? No.
No, he's totally frozen again. He's totally frozen. A bad pose.
I'm going to have to remove him. If we do move on to round 2, I'm afraid that's it for him. There's nothing I can do more than that.
Nah, no.
I won't be able to concentrate with that picture left there either. He's gone. Right. Round 2. Very sorry. We gave him a second chance. Oh, he's come back again. Let's see. Very last chance. Very last.
Come on, Andy. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul.
Right, he's just said give him 30 seconds. So as long as you're all happy to give him that 30 seconds, we'll just see if we can get him in. Yeah, if you can, in the meantime, if you can get your bird's eye chilies ready, should be 2 of those. They are 50 to 100,000 Scoville heat units. Quite often used in Thai cooking, got that sharp type of heat. As soon as you have them, hits you straight on the tongue.
Is it both of them?
Yep, 2.
Sweet.
Right.
Double time.
Okay, we're done. Andrew's finished. Right, okay, is everyone ready? Hold your chilies up, round 2. 3, 2, 1. Chomper's chilies. How are they?
Soapy.
Yeah, that's what they said. They do you get the sort of on the end of your tongue instant heat? Isn't that weird? Yeah, well done, Paul. Down to the stalks straight away. Billy, you down the stalks? Oh no, second one, here it comes. Yeah, is that 1, James, or 2? Both of them? Yeah. Phil, make sure that you've got every last bit of chili. There's no red at all. Trim those babies right down to the bone. Good. Okay. All right. So that was round 2, the bird's eye. So now we move on to round 3, which is the last one from this bag. And this we're moving up in the heat level. We're going up to 100 to 350,000 Scoville. And this is a Scotch bonnet red or a Foodorama. So it's quite a specialist type of Scotch bonnet. It's a little bit less hot than a normal Scotch bonnet, but it's very floral, very fruity, and you can see that it's got that sort of UFO sort of shape about it. Right, so if you hold those chilies in the air just to let me know that you're ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Round 3, the Scotch bonnet red. I bet there's plenty of seeds in there, is there? Yeah. At least there's no ricottos where you get the black seeds and you get the huge seed ball at the bottom. All done, Paul?
Yeah, mate. Lovely.
Good man. You're quick on these, aren't you? No messing about. Phil Blake in the cursed seat. Doing really well. Well done, mate. Billy, all down?
Yeah.
No problem. Well done, mate. James, how are we doing? Still working it out? Yeah, that's it. How's the heat with that one, Billy?
Yeah, not too bad. Medium-ish.
Yeah. And what about the taste? How floral was that one?
Quite floral. Not quite as bad as the yellow have, but yeah, it's still pretty floral.
Yeah. Did you try the lemon habanero from the spares bag beforehand?
Yeah.
So you know what's coming on the next one?
Yes.
It's like eating a bunch of flowers, isn't it?
True. It is.
How's the heat on that one, Paul? Just all right?
All good.
Good man. All done, James?
No turn.
Good man. Okay, so now we move on to bag number 2. And we've got our next 3 rounds in this bag. The first of these is going to be the lemon habanero. This is approximately 325,000 Scoville heat units. And this is very floral. So it's not all about the heat with this one, it's the taste. Some people who gag a little bit with that taste really get hit by this one. I know Sean was hit last night. So hold those chilies in the air if you're ready to start. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Yeah, I had a couple of these chilies on salads, and they're manageable. There's quite a bit of heat to them. Well done, Paul. Nice one. They're manageable. They're nice tasting, but they are so floral. Well done, Billy. Well done, Phil. What do you reckon on those, James?
Right. They're not as soapy as bird's eyes.
As the bird's eyes? How's the heat on that one, Phil? Nice, no rush. Can you feel him making you wait, Billy?
Oh, yeah.
He's pushing this out as long as possible, isn't he? Last night, I think we were through the whole lot by now. He's making sure that you feel all those 10 rounds.
Yes, I feel every single point that was coming, especially a hot one.
There we go. That's the lemon habanero. So let us know when you've finished, James, and we'll move on. Good Good man. Okay, so this is, I'd say the next one is the last one of the easy to medium chilies. So this one is the habanero red. So if you can take out the red one, quite a common chili that's used in hot sauces or Caribbean cooking. We're looking at a Scoville heat unit rating of about 300 to 450,000 here. So usually quite fruity, quite a popular chili, this one. So if you can all hold them in the air, let me know that you're ready. That's it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Well done, Billy. Billy's down already. Paul's down already. How's the heat on that one, Billy?
I can't taste it so much now. Yeah, it's all right. It'll be the next one that hits me. The next one's waiting for me.
This is all a bit of a sort of build up to when we get to the chocolate scorpion, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Can you feel the heat, though? Is it just the flavour so far?
I can feel a bit of heat. Yeah, it's not too bad. Mainly on the tongue, at the bottom, a little bit on the lips. Nothing on the throat yet. The throat comes on the next chocolate one.
Yeah. So the floral taste doesn't make you gag?
So far, no. I'm not going to jinx myself by saying no, but yeah, it's okay so far.
Phil, all good? Well done. Nice one. Paul, all good?
Sorted.
Nice, mate. That's it. It's all in. How are you finding the heat, James?
All right.
Yeah? How are you finding the floral?
Not too bad as well.
Yeah. That's the thing with the next one. The chocolate scorpion, I think, is that it's got the bitterness, the floral, and then you start getting into the serious heat. So I think that really is the separator.
Yeah, that's when it's going to ramp.
This one is at 300 to 450. So still under 500,000. Slowly eating as slow as you can. I like it.
They will burn tonight.
Look, Billy's suffering. You got Billy suffering. He's sweating.
I know it's working.
My eyes are watering, isn't it?
Yeah, his eyes are watering. The making him wait is working.
The next one in the dry one's going to be brutal.
Billy, this is tactics because he knows if he gets to the speed round and there's anybody left, it's going to be hard for him. So he knows he's got to try and get rid of all of you before the speed round. Can you imagine going around for dinner at his house? You'd be on for hours, wouldn't you? Any progress on the red habanero, Mr. Nixon? Oh. Okay, good man. Right, so that's the end of the easy ones. So now we move on to the first hard one. So this is the chocolate scorpion. We've got bitter, we've got floral. They're big, they're hot. They're 1.2 to 2 million. So it could be anything from, just over 1 million to nearly 2 million. So last night, I think everybody agreed that this was a pretty tough pod, especially at round 6. Everybody good? Hold it up. That's it. Nice to see. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Chomp that chili. Phil Blake, you done? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well done, mate. Round of applause for Phil Blake.
Well done, Phil.
Stood in at late notice and got to the chocolate scorpions. You got to give him a hand. That's it. And then there were 3. Now. Was that where you tactically put the scorpion in the bin, James, when you pretended your phone fell? Look at the tiny bite mark. Evil man. Yeah, well done, Paul. Paul, you need something to play with there in front of you, like a Rubik's Cube or some sort of show thing that you can do, because you're always done within about 10 seconds of being given it.
Just like to get them down and just build burn.
Professional, mate. How's that one, Billy?
Yeah, all good.
Bitter?
Bitter, yeah, a bit hotter as well.
Yeah, all chocolate pods tend to be a bit bitter than the red ones.
Mm.
Generally, the yellow ones pretty sweet, the red ones are fruity, and the chocolate ones are just bitter.
Mm.
How's the heat for you, Paul?
Still good. Still pretty good. About 2 or 3.
2 or 3 out of 10. You've seen this, James. This irking it out doesn't seem to be working with Paul Jones. You've got Billy sweating, but Paul Jones is just—he's even got a hat on.
Paul's sick when he eats too much. Seen him feeling the cherry.
He's trying to put negative thoughts in your head, Paul.
Could have choked on a nut though, could I?
Psychological warfare at round 6. That's the thing, even though you've eaten it, you've got the heat building in your throat and your mouth, haven't you? I don't think you're going to get... I think you might get Billy, but I don't think you can get Paul Jones.
Nah, Paul's good.
Oh, what's that? Look! Little bit of a kitchen roll on the face. He was looking absolutely composed as you like until then.
It's all working. My teardrops always go.
Oh, God. I admire the tactics. You got to do what you got to do, haven't you?
Of course.
You want your place in the final. You've got to go with your strength. But you got Billy in an absolute sweat.
Sorry, pal. Don't worry, my teardrops are going on.
Billy was thinking, get all these pods down in about 3 or 4 minutes, whip through the speed round, and he'll be done.
There's no speed until the speed round. And if you've not prepped your stomach well, this one's going to hurt.
Yeah. That's a tough pod, that one. Let's see a couple of comments to what people are saying about this. Oh, do you know what? That is true. That is actually very true what somebody's saying there. According to the waiver, James Nixon, I am actually supposed to be putting a time limit on these rounds. And seeing as you've all signed the waiver, I think really there should be some sort of time limit that we impose. Can people in the chat just tell me? I'm having a few texts with people saying that we're getting feedback still. Are we still getting feedback? Somebody just can let me know. Are we getting feedback, or is the sound okay now? Yeah, it's the music, mate. Who's got music on? Yeah, good man. That's apparently that's causing problems for it. Are we all down, James?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, everyone's saying it's good now. Okay. Okay, I am going to enforce, right? And this is probably my fault for not enforcing this before. I'm going to put a limit on the rounds of 3 minutes per round, okay? As we go into the final ones. Bless you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Right, so we're going to have a 3 minute round. So James, you can ebb it out for 3 minutes. God bless you. Okay, we're going to move on to round 7, which is the ghost chili. So this, if you can open your bag number 3 now, guys. So like we said last night, all of the pods in here are red, which makes it a bit difficult to sort of see what's what. The ghost chilies are long and pointy. The scorpions are sort of a dark red, and yeah, that's the one, Paul. That's your ghost. The scorpions are sort of a dark red color and smooth, and then the Carolina Reapers are really bobbly. Con James Nixon, your tactics seem to be doing you in, let alone Paul and Billy. Okay, so we have the ghost chili. We've dropped down a little bit to 850 to a million Scoville. This one attacks the throat, okay? And we are doing a 3 minute timer now for the last for the last 4 rounds. So you tell me when you're ready. Hold up the ghost. Ready to go. Okay, right. 3 minutes to eat the ghost. Starting now. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. So the ghost chili is a little bit less hot than the chocolate scorpion, but the ghost chili tends to attack the back of the throat. So it's a different type of burn to the chocolate scorpion. I just have to remind you that if anybody is actually sick during the competition, then that's them out straight away. Well done, Paul Jones. All done in 40 seconds. Billy done in 45 seconds. A lot of love for you here, James Nixon. A lot of people saying, come on, you're all right, keep going. 1 minute gone. How was that one, Paul?
Yeah, not too bad. Not
Have we
much of a change from last.
Have we managed to get above a 2 or a 3 yet?
I've got out.
About a 3.
You're out. Oh, the Scots Bonnet, the favourite for this group. We're losing it.
Well done, Bonnet.
Round of applause for the Bonnet. Well done, buddy. Thank you.
Took too long with that chocolate.
Oh, you did yourself in.
Aye.
Right, so then there were 2. Right, so now we don't have the James Nixon tactics anymore. You 2 are both done, and we can move straight on to round 8, which is the dried chocolate scorpion. So the idea here is this is different from the fresh pods. Your mouth should be pretty dry by now, and this is like apparently eating like broken glass. So again, it's 1.2 to 2 million Scoville. Both ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Well done, both down. So for this one, we will complete the round when you both show me an empty mouth. Yeah, all done, Paul. Well done. All done, Billy. Good man. I think things might start moving a little bit quicker now that James is out. Don't you think so?
Should do.
Yeah. Right. So now we move on to round 9, which is the red scorpion. Yeah, that's the one, Paul. Is it smooth rather than bobbly?
No, it's quite wrinkly. Is it that one?
Yeah, that's the one, Billy. Look, Billy's got the right one. Nice and smooth and dark red. Yeah, that's the one, Paul. Yeah, I mean, the Carolina Reapers are not what you'd expect the shape to be because it's still early season. And when they're mass grown, quite often they look completely different. But you've both got the scorpions. So that's good. Okay, ready? All ready to go?
Yep.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Good man, Paul Jones. All down. How's the dried one, Paul?
It was all right. I've still got quite a wet mouth, so I just went straight down.
Formidable, mate. It's good. How's that, Billy?
Good.
That's meant to be one of the hottest ones here, the red scorpion. Good. Okay. So now we move on to the final round. The final round of the endurance, that is, which is the Carolina Reaper. So it's the bobbly one. All good, Billy? Good man. Yeah, it's the bobbly one. You've both got the right one. Do you need a second to wait, or do you just want to go straight in?
Straight in.
Straight in. Okay. All right. For the last of the endurance rounds, 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. That's it. Paul Jones straight down. And Billy straight down. Right, so just show me the empty, clean mouths, and we are finished the endurance. Well done, Paul. And well done, Billy. Okay, so if you can take out bag 4, there should be 7 chilies in this bag. The only one that we're not going to have is the Carolina Reaper. So you need to have all the rest. So there should be a Serrano, a Cayenne, a Shakira, a Bird's Eye, another chocolate scorpion, and possibly, what's the other one? I can't remember now. That's it. So, Paul, yeah, you've got Cayenne. Yeah, that's the Cayenne, the Serrano, and the Shakira. And then what else we got? Chocolate scorpion. Yeah, and then there's a Bird's Eye. Yeah, and one more. That's it. Scotch. Yeah. So, Billy, have you got the same ones? All of them apart from the Carolina Reaper? All 6?
Yep.
Just showing them again. I've seen Paul. Sorry, I was watching Paul's. So, the Serrano, the Cayenne. Yeah, that's the Serrano. The first one was Shakira. The Scotch bonnet. Yeah. Need the Bird's Eye. Yeah, chocolate scorpion and the Bird's Eye. Good man. Okay. Right, so this was the speed round. Did you know you were going to get to the speed round, Paul? I sort of get the feeling that you knew you were going to get here. Speed's your thing, isn't it? Billy, Paul is fast minds. So do not wait. Get straight into those chilies. I've never seen you do speed, but I've seen Paul.
The phone's died.
No.
What's the matter?
Oh.
Oh no! Billy, I think his phone's died.
What?
I think Paul's phone's died.
No.
Oh my goodness. That is just so not the way that I want to say that you've won. If his phone has died and he's had to drop out, are you all right to give him a minute or two?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, I mean, if we can't get him back within a certain amount of time, I'm just going to have to award you the win. Let me just check where he is. Oh no, he's offline. God. Well done, mate. This gives you a little bit of a breather.
I don't need it.
No, I can imagine you just want it over, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Right, I'm going to put a 2-minute timer on, okay?
Okay.
I want him back in by 2 minutes, and if not, I'm going to have to award you the winner. So I've started that. We're on 7 seconds. This is not really something that we thought would happen, but we have to deal with it as we go again. 30 seconds. How are you at speed normally? Are you good?
Usually, yeah, but this is pain now. Different.
Yeah. Right. Are you happy to go along with this? If he's not back in within 1 minute, then we just award you the winner, yeah? You're happy to wait for that 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. So he's got 50 seconds to get back in. He'll be absolutely gutted because he was looking strong.
I know. I feel bad as well for him. Yeah, he was.
Mate, this is how it goes, you know. There's nothing we can do. I can't give him forever to get back in. You know, it's not fair on you. 25 seconds. 15 seconds to at least come into the lobby. 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well done, mate. You're the winner by default. I know it's not how you wanted to win it. I know it's not how you wanted to take it down. But at the end of the day, we have to award you it because we can't sit here forever. You did a great job all the way through those rounds. So I think you're a deserved winner anyway. So well done, Billy. That was absolutely. How you feeling? You good?
Not too bad. It's more the throat.
Yeah. And
shaking a little bit. So I could have gone on, but I think Paul could have been quicker. But you never know.
He's good at speed as well, so he will be absolutely gutted. But that's the way it goes, you know. There's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. But well done, you, mate. You are a great winner, and we will see you again in the final.
Thank you.
All right, mate. I'm going to close now. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.
Well done, everyone.
Right, so not exactly how we thought we would end that. So real shame to lose Paul like that because he was looking like super, super strong. And I'm sure he would have done such a good job in the speed. But Billy did brilliant as well. He got through all 10 rounds. You know, he told me he's good at speed anyway, so who knows what would have happened in the speed round. So, yeah, congratulations. Billy joins Cameron and Neil in the grand final at the end of the summer. And I will see you again at 8 o'clock. Cheers.